Ches Amud Aleph will begin Chav Zayin Amud Beis, 2 lines from the bottom. So we were holding in the Maisa where the Rabbanan were upset with Rama Gamliel. They felt that he humiliated Rabbi Yeshua, and they wanted to therefore replace him and dethrone him, remove him from being the Nasi. So the one they picked to replace him was Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. Also, they approached Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah and they said to him, do you want to be the Rosh Yeshiva? Do you want to be the Nasi? I'll have to discuss it with my wife. Also, with the base, so he discussed it with his wife. She said to him, maybe they will dispose of you. Maybe they'll replace you, just like they're doing to Rabbi Gamliel. Maybe they'll be upset with you, and then they'll replace you as well, and there'll be a terrible tsar. Omar Law, he said to her an expression, a person has a very precious cup. He has a crystal cup, and you're going to tell him not to use it? You use it today, use it. If it breaks tomorrow, it breaks. In the meantime, you have something precious, use it. So similarly, now he has the opportunity to be the Nasi. What will be tomorrow will be, but he should take this opportunity. Amalei, she said to him, how can you be the Nasi? You don't have white hair, right? They won't respect you. That day, he was only 18 years old. He had 18 rows of white hair. And that's the famous Maimer of Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah that he said, I'm as if I'm 70 years old. He didn't say I'm 70, as if I'm 70. Tana, so he accepted the position of Nasi, he became the Nasi, and he now was the head of the yeshiva. Tana, Rabbi Gamliel appointed a guard on the Pesach, the doorway of the yeshiva. He did not let everybody in. They only accepted people who were, as the Gemara will say, Tzeicha Kabara, Talmidei Chachamim, and on the outside, Yirei Shamayim, and the inside, they were very selective of who they allowed in. That day, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah removed the Shomer, and they opened up the doors to many Talmidim. And they gave permission to Talmidim to come into the yeshiva. They were more open with the acceptance. He proclaimed and said, any Talmud who is not Teicha Gevara, doesn't have Yirei Shamayim, a high level of Yirei Shamayim. The way the Marshal explains, of course, they had to have Yirei Shamayim even for Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. But someone who was not clearly, they demonstrated his Yirei Shamayim, Rabbi Gamliel will not accept, and Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah put it on a sort of a chazaka and gave them the benefit of the doubt, and they did accept that type of a Talmud. So that day that they took away the guard, there was many rows and benches in the base medrash, and when they allowed such an increase in influx of Talmidim. One says 400 benches were added to the base medrash. 700 benches. Ramula had Chalisha Sadas. He felt bad, and he felt very upset about it. Maybe with my shita, with my policy, I was my neyatar from Yisrael. I see there's such a reboot of Talmud on the base of Medrash. It appeared to me in a dream that white containers were filled with dark black ashes, meaning to symbolize that it looks good on the outside, but in the inside, it's really, they're not Yirei Shamayim, it's really dark on the inside. However, the Gemara says, that really wasn't the case. That was only to give me Shiva Das that he shouldn't be so down and upset about it. So they showed them that in the dream. But the Mishamayim, they showed it to him, but really it was only Yusuvidaita. It really was not the case. Really, in actual fact, they were genuine Talmidei Chacham. Tana Idudis by Yom Nishnas. That day that Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah became a Rashiva, they were learning the Sechus Iduyas. When the expression Boy B'Yom is given, it means that day when Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah took over, that period of time he took over, and he was the Rosh Hashiva. There was no halacha that they didn't resolve on that day. Rabbi Gamliel in his gadlus did not refrain from coming into the base of Medrash. He also came and participated in the halacha, in the discussion. Not even for one short period of time. This now we learned in the Mishnah. He came, this Ger Amini, and he asked the Shalom base of Medrash. Can I marry a Bas Yisrael? Can I marry into the Kahal? Also to love the Kahal. So lo yavi Amini v'Kal Hashem. You can't marry into the Kahal. Amalei Yeshua muter atalami v'Kal Yeshua passing that it's muter Amalei. How could that be? Well, like for they can't intermarry at the Kahal, they can't marry Bas Yisrael. That's true, but that's when you know that he's an Amayne Moabi. That's when they're dwelling in their land, so they can assume that anybody who comes from their country, from their land, is really in fact an Amayne or a Moabi, and then you know that he's also. But in this case over here, now in our time, but Sancherib already has come, Melech Asher, and he is mevalvel all the ummas. He transported people from one country to another country. He took captives. He was megal people. He exiled nations. So everybody is all mixed together. So just because someone is coming from that country doesn't mean that he's really, in fact, an Amayni, because he was mevalvel l'aylam shenem ravasar gvula tzami vasi yisem sheisesi v'ayre de kabir yishim. So he removed all the boundaries. All the boundaries were removed. People got transported from one place to the next, and they're all mixed together. So we don't assume that this person is an Amayni. The majority of the population are not Amayni. The Amayni are a minority. And if we don't know who he is, who in fact this person is, we say, called the Parish, Meruba Parish, he's coming from the majority of people who are not Amaynim, and therefore he should be mutar. What do you mean? It says in the pasuk, it says that afterwards, that after the Golas, then they will be restored to their land. So we can assume by now already that they've been restored to their land, and the people coming from this country, they really are in fact Bnei Amon. They're also he answered like for Namar B'Shavti as Shu's Amu Yisrael. It says also that I will restore after the goals, I will restore Bnei Yisrael to their land. So therefore, this prophecy, this nevuah is talking in the future, but it doesn't apply at this point in time right now. So miyad hitiru lo v'gahal. So they paskin like the Chachamim paskin like Rabbi Yeshua, and they permitted him to marry, and they said he is mutar lo v'gahal. I see that Rabbi Yeshua has the Yad Shmai. I see that the Chachamim paskin like him. I see that Hashem is with him. I see that I was wrong, and I have to be mefaysim and ask mechila. When Rabbi Gamliel got to Rabbi Yeshua's house, she said the base of the Meshach, and he saw the walls of the house were black. He said, you can see from the walls of your house that they're black, that you're a blacksmith. For the generation that you're the parnasai, that you are their leader of their people. You don't feel, you don't understand, you don't know what the tsar, the difficulty, how difficult it is for them to support themselves, to sustain themselves, that you are wealthy, Nasi, you don't realize, you don't understand the difficulties, the tsar of the Talmid Chacham in your generation that you're leading. So he said, forgive me, he asked for, I spoke too harshly against you, so please be meichel. I spoke against you too harshly, be meichel. And Yeshua did not pay attention, he was not meichel. Rabbi Gamliel said, Abba, do it for the kavod of my father. His the house of the Nasi, do it for the covenant of my father. P.S. He was Matthias. He was Michael. Who's going to say and tell the Rabbanan that we've reconciled, that we're Michael? A certain laundryman said, I'll go. So Yeshua sent with him the following message. He said, the one who was wearing the cloak, meaning the one who was the Nasi, should he resume his position and be the Nasi and wear his cloak of Messias. And the one who is not accustomed, and the one who is not wearing the mada, he should say, the one who is now saying it, take it out and I will wear it. Meaning that the one who is accustomed to, the one who was a Nasi, Rabban Gamliel, he should be the one who is wearing the cloak. And he should tell the one that's currently wearing the cloak that remove it and I will put it on. I'll be, because I am the true Nasi. Amalu Rabban Kiva Rabbanan True Kagali, lock the doors. That the Avodim, the servants of God, should be Matzaras. And he wanted to deliberate first before they accept this, to deliberate first what the proper course should be. He said, better that I personally go. Previously, the message was sent with the kaivis, the laundryman. It's better that I personally should go and deliver the message that I had with Makabal Piyusim. Also, Tarfa Babi Naktan Dar Amalai, he said the following much. It's on the following: Maza ben Maza Yaza, the one who is accustomed to sprinkle the waters of the Oradum of the Mechatas, the Kayan who is accustomed to do that, he's the one that should do it. Ushain Eloi Maz Veloy ben Mazan, the one who is not accustomed to doing it, has been doing it, he's not the son of one who does it. Yemer Lamaz ben Maza, he should say to the one who is accustomed to doing Min Famei Mara, Mafai Makla, he should say to the one who is currently doing it that your waters are not the waters of the mechatas. They're not the kosher waters. And your ashes are ashes not from the ashes of paraduma, but from burnt wood. Meaning the one who is accustomed to one, who was and has the yichus of it, he should be the one that's doing it. The one that's currently doing it should not be doing it. He's not the genuine one authority that's kosher to do it. Amarle Rabbi Kiva, Rabbi Yeshua, Nitfayasa, or you did you accept the mechila and you have a piyusim, where you now appeased? So we only did this for your covet. We did it only for your covet. We did it for no other reason. Tomorrow, let us go and go to his house and be asked mechila from him. What should we do? Now what should we do with this situation right now? Should we remove we know that Mal Mekadesh, you raise up and you don't go down Mekadesh. So we can't remove Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. So what can we do? Nidrash Marachar Shabsa. Should we alternate, take turns, Rabbi Gamliel one Shabbos and Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah the other Shabbos? Also the Kinui. There's going to be jealousy. It's not a viable situation. Ella, they said, the Nidrash Rabbi Gamliel Tlasa Shabsa, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah Charash Shabsa. Rather, Rabbi Gamliel should have the primary position. He should darshan 3 weeks of the month, and Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah should have a subordinate position 1 week. They asked, Shabbos Shalmi, whose turn is it? Whose week is it to be the Rosh Hashiva? Shabbos Shalmi Haisa. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah Haisa. It was Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. Now the Talmud that asked to pose the question to begin with, that triggered this whole mice, he asked it to the Tarvis of Rosh Hashanah. Who was that Talmud? Rosh Hashanah. He was Rosh Hashanah. Vishal Musaf Kol Hayayim, the Chachamim hold Musaf can be done the entire day, but Yehuda says only until Sheva Shores. However, if he davens musaf so late, he's called a poisheya. He's called a poisheya if he does that. If a person had two tefillas, two Shemona Esrei in front of him at the same time to daven. One is mincha, so what does he choose? He davens mincha, and then musaf shazu tadira v'zuenu tadira. Because our principle is tadir, sheino tadir, what's common and not common, tadir kaidim. So mincha comes every day. Musaf only comes from time to time. So the priority should be given to mincha. But Rabbi Yehuda mispal shel musaf, mispal shel mincha, he says no, that you should give priority to musaf. Why? Shazu mitzvah vers, shazu mitzvah sheino vers. Because Rabbi Yehuda Lashit also holds that musaf is only until Sheva Shoyes. We're afraid that he's going to miss the time limit. Mincha has much longer to daven, so therefore daven musaf first, so as not to miss the zman. Rav Yochanan says, first mincha, then musaf, tadir, sheinu tadir, tadir kavod. Rav Zera, when he was shach, he was weak, and it was hard for him to learn, so he couldn't concentrate. He went to the house, the open doorway of the house of Nosman Tuvi. At least let me get the schar of being mechaber a Talmud Chacham. It's too weak to concentrate on my learning. Let me at least get the schar of being mechaber a Talmud Chacham. Then the kabel agra. I'll stand up before them and get the schar, the reward for that. Also, Rav Nosman Tuvi Amar Halacha Ben Midrash. So he asked who said the halacha the Beis Medrash. Who said the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda in the Beis Medrash? He said Rabbi Yochanan said the halacha is not like Rabbi Yehuda. That's not the halacha. This halacha ain't like Rabbi Yehuda. It's not like Rabbi Yehuda, but rather you first daven mincha then musaf. Rabbi Yochanan said this. He learned it from him and chazar over 40 times. Is this something that is new to you? This is the first memory you heard from Rabbi Yochanan, or it's chadas? It's not the first thing you heard from Rabbi Yochanan, but you thought somebody else said this halacha. And now I'm telling you, and you're being informed that it's Rabbi Yochanan saying it. That's why it's so precious to you, and that's why you're chazering it over so many times. Why is this so precious to you? He says it's chadas mishum de masafka levi Rav Shua ben Levi, because I assume that the one who said Rav Shua ben Levi, and I see that it's now you're telling me Rabbi Yochanan. That's why it's so precious to me. Amar Yeshua ben Levi called Mispal to Shel Musafin la'achar Sheva Shoyes. Rabbi Yehuda says his musaf is only till 7 hours a day. If one daven beyond that time limit, that you're broken on account of the moyed, on account of the times that you are mavir, the time of the tefillas of the chagim of the moyed, you're supposed to daven musaf, and you delayed it, you passed over it, you didn't daven it when you were supposed to daven it, so therefore you were broken. My mashma the high nugi lishon to tavra. Where do we see nugi as a lotion being broken? Kidam and kargim. Rav Yosef tavra also named the Beis Yisrael adechros mane moada Yerushalayim. The tavra, the sheva, the breaking comes for Nation Yisrael, a euphemism for Yisrael, because they delay the appointed times of the Moed in Yerushalayim.